The Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame was founded and created by Hamilton County Commissioner Alicia Reece. The commissioner grew up in the music industry and later served as the deputy director of Ohio Tourism. She introduced the idea on April 26, 2021, at a press conference with diverse music and community stakeholders in front of an empty lot filled with gravel and rocks. She called for the creation of the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame to celebrate the legacy and untold stories of music artists, songwriters, producers, and musicians from Cincinnati, Hamilton County, and Southwest Ohio. On July 21, 2021, the idea was unanimously passed by the Hamilton County, Ohio Board of Commissioners, creating an international, state-of-the-art, outdoor, interactive, permanent tourism attraction and exciting music corridor on the Ohio River banks. The Cincy Black Travel Guide had the opportunity to visit Alicia and talk with her about her journey in the creation of the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame. She also gave us a personal tour around the development so we could see firsthand all the hard work that it took to make this vision a reality.
So we are live here at the site for the Black Music Walk of Fame, and I am here with the visionary behind this massive, amazing project, Commissioner Alicia Reece. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. My heart is filled to see this come to fruition.
That is super awesome. So what inspired this vision?
This vision actually came from God. I had experience. I've been vice mayor, state representative, and now I'm a county commission president. But I did a lot of work in tourism. So I was the deputy director of tourism for the state of Ohio. And my job at that time was to market Ohio. So I had to market the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I was like, wow, this is great, but we got so much down here in the southern part of the state, and we're not really getting our just due. But I didn't know like when or where. And so when I got elected to county commission, I was at a press conference, and Otis Williams, who was at the time, I believe, 84 or 85, and he was on a walker, had just got out the hospital. It's Otis Williams and the Charms. And he had pointed over here because this was a new music venue and named after Andrew Brady, who was a music teacher over on the west side during the 1930s. But as an African American, Otis Williams said, how can we be included? And he pointed over here, and the tear came down, and I just saw that as a sign from God to make a move now so that he could be alive to see this. So next thing you know, I had a press conference in front of a lot full of rocks on this corner, and I said this would be great to connect the Andrew Brady with a Black Music Walk of Fame. And so I stood there. All I had was a flyer from Kinko's that I made up and a prayer, and it all began. And it has been a journey because there's a lot of technical things, a lot of legal things, getting the deed and getting the votes and getting the funding and then getting more funding, and then the engineers, the architects, the construction folks, the technology, because I wanted it to be Disney World. I said, bring me Disney World. And I didn't have money for Disney World, but they brought me a retiree from Disney World. I told them my vision of this being interactive and augmented reality and connecting the legends with the future through technology. And then this is only a half an acre, but taking the technology that'll make it a bigger platform. And I want some people to come from all over the world to see what we did right here. And I wanted it to be permanent. We have a lot of murals, and they're fantastic. But murals at some point will have to be painted over. I wanted something that Otis Williams and others will know that it's here beyond their time. So that's kind of was the inspiration. What inspired me with music, I grew up in a household of music. My mother, the late Barbara Howard Reece, was a professional singer, grew up in the West End. My father was an intern at Motown and came back and had his own independent label. So Red Fox was hosting one of my father's events, and that's how my parents met.
Oh, wow.
and my dad produced her album. And so growing up, a lot of these musicians that will be honored here, a lot of them I grew up, they were at the house or they were in the studio. And, I just thought that everyone knew their stories. But when my mother passed at the age of 57 from breast cancer, I realized that we can't have the stories die with us. We got to have something permanent that can be passed on to the next generation. And maybe there's someone who is about to give up on their music dream or just their dream in general, and they may hear some of these people's stories to say, oh, I got to keep going. I can't make it. So that's really what inspired me, and it has been an incredible journey, the people I've met, and to be able to honor one of our oldest inductees is 101 years of age, Frank Payne Jr., and to see him show up in the wheelchair and say, man, no one's ever acknowledged me. He played with Duke Ellington, and now he'll be in the Walk of Fame.
That is amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. So why was it important to have this event tied up with the Cincinnati Music Festival?
Yeah, so the Cincinnati Music Festival, which actually my mother opened up for Stevie Wonder at the music festival. I haven't missed a music festival since I was 7 years old. My parents had an advertising company and marketing, and this was one of their first contracts. So I always was there. They would tell me, be quiet and don't make any trouble, and I would see it grow. But now as a county commissioner, when we look at the numbers, the Cincinnati Music Festival, which is going into almost 52 years, has been and continues to be our number one economic impact weekend in the county of any festival, any race. The hotel rates are the highest. People come and spend the most money. And so I thought it would be very important that this music fest, which is a huge tourism attraction, when it leaves, we have now another tourism attraction, the Cincinnati Music Black Music Walk of Fame, that will be here permanent. So when we pack up and we leave the stadium, the Black Music Walk of Fame is still here. So it has to be connected to that weekend because a lot of the people that are in here played in the music festival, and the music festival's history will also be in the Cincinnati Black Music. It creates what I call this music corridor on the bank. So you have the Paycor Stadium, where the festival takes place. They also have a Thursday night here at Andrew Brady, and then you have the Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, and it creates this whole music corridor.
I think that is super amazing. So what impact are you wishing that this historic monument will bring to the city of Cincinnati?
Well, it's a tourist attraction. It is Ohio's newest tourism attraction in the entire state. And what I'm hoping that it will bring together, bring grandma to grandkids, to be able to come here as a family and be able to enjoy, hear music, hear the stories. I call it edutainment. You get educated and entertained at the same time. But also bringing people from all over the world. Penny Ford, who now tours all over and lives in Germany, people from around the world want to know where she's from, where's her hometown. We've got British Airways coming in now. We'll be able to have people come with direct flights from London right here to see what we have to offer. So this is an international tourism attraction. It puts us also on the map to reclaim our culture, reclaim our history. Too many people have captured the sounds that have come from Southwest Ohio, and they've taken them and put them in their songs and so forth, but not given the credit that it came from Southwest Ohio. So just very excited. I think the most important thing I want people to know is this is a tourism attraction.
Yeah. That is awesome. So the grand opening is in July 22nd. We have to wear all white. So
All white.
I'm looking for my all white right now as we speak, right? What can we expect? If you could tell us just a little bit. We don't want to be surprised, just a little bit.
You'll get the grand opening of a Black music tourism attraction that you've never seen before. You'll have the tourism attraction that you'll be able to go through that will have a beat machine that you can hit and play, and water will jump to your beat. You will have a interactive tourism attraction that has augmented reality. You'll be able to perform with Bootsy Collins in a virtual way and then put it on your phone through a QR code. You'll be able to perform with Penny Ford. You'll be able to have see the stars like you've never seen them before, and you'll be able to see their stories on the big screen. In addition to that, we will be inducting our new class of inductees, which will be very exciting, and you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a wonderful thing. We're going to have the Ohio players who will end this beautiful celebration and open up our Cincinnati Black Music Walk of Fame, and it's going to be a party. So come on out, be a part of this, and be a part of history. This will never be done again. You can't have another grand opening. And so this grand opening has purpose, it has power, it has legacy, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
That is so amazing. I'm giving you your roses now because you did this for everybody, and this is really amazing. So I'm excited, and I'm excited for this tour to see the insides of what we can see. And I just thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you for covering this and being a part of. Because when people look for the history, they're going to have to look at this interview. They're going to have to come to get it from the time capsule of what we did in this moment, in this time, in this part of history.
Well, thank you so much for making history for us.
Thank you.